Greetings, Commanders. Commander StarCat70 here with a bit of information provided through the Elite Dangerous Partner Program about Powerplay 2.0 and the upcoming Mandalay exploration ship. First, let's have a look at Zorgan Peterson's Mandalay. I don't think I'm alone in wanting one of these in the hangar, and it's not just because it looks cool. At last, we have some specs to talk about. The Mandalay is a medium ship built for exploration. It doesn't mean we're not going to try to use it for something else. We all know this is going to happen. Somebody's going to be out there fighting Thargoids or doing some type of combat. We know this to be true. Nevertheless, it's built for exploration. That means it must have a decent jump range. While we don't have the exact numbers, it is said that the Mandalay will outdo anything currently in the game, including a fully engineered Anaconda with an impressive jump range of about 80 light years or more. What's more is the Mandalay has better maneuverability than other ships its own size, as well as small ships. It'll have great yaw, they said. While the Mandalay has Supercruise overcharge capabilities, it is slower with the SCO enabled than other ships. The intention is to make it possible to quickly reach distant planets and stars in a system without running out of fuel. The Mandalay is a two-seater, so you can see the sights of the galaxy with a friend. And with a window in the floor of the cockpit, you'll be able to see the ground you're landing on, which should make parking a lot easier. There isn't room for a fighter bay, but plenty of space for up to 3 SRVs. Great for times when you need a couple of spares for geyser jumping. Now, what if you need weapons for reasons? You're in luck. The Mandalay can fit 4 medium hardpoints and 2 small. As for the core, everything is a size 5, except for life support, which is size 4. The Mandalay is like the Asp Explorer in this respect, except the power distributor is larger. The optionals are as follows: 3 size 1, 1 size 2, 2 size 3, 2 size 4, 1 size 5, and 1 size 6. So there's plenty of room for a good fuel scoop and Guardian FSD booster along with all those SRVs. Now, when can we get our hands on this beautiful exploration ship? The Mandalay will become available alongside Powerplay 2.0 on October 22nd, 2024. You're going to have to use ARCs for this, unless you want to wait some months later when you can buy it for credits. It's also my understanding there will be an assortment of ship kits to go along with it. I mean, as if it didn't already look good enough. Now, Powerplay 2.0. Let's discuss. Since I'm not as familiar with Powerplay as many of you are, I'll do my best to explain what we can look forward to in the update called Elite Dangerous Ascendancy. Okay, this information is based on questions that were asked of FDev and is my interpretation of the answers that were given. Okay, that's my disclaimer. First, it's important to know Powerplay 2.0 will not be an open play only. This is also important. When Powerplay 2.0 becomes live, all commanders previously pledged to a power will become unpledged and will need to repledge, as it were. Commanders won't lose their modules that they have earned through their previous power. The power's territory is supposed to remain the same as it was in Powerplay 1.0. Commanders will not be able to pledge to more than one power. You can, of course, leave and join another power if you prefer, but each time you will have to start from scratch with regard to perks and loyalty ranking. When you are pledged to a power, your activities in trade, salvage recovery, and so on can affect power play depending on the systems you are in. Activities whilst you're on foot, such as uploading spyware to settlements in rival power systems or delivering biological samples to your power systems, will play a larger role in power play. Crime and punishment system has been added to. Controlled systems will have power play security in them, and should they learn that you are not aligned with them, they will attack. However, normal security will not attack you for those reasons that you're just there and not aligned with them. Overall, crime and punishment is the same. A new power will be added. Nikado Kane, an alliance power, will be located in unoccupied systems, I guess belonging to Edmund. Nothing else is known about the power at this time, but that's very curious. Okay, as for knocking out a power, it is said there are no plans to make it possible to have a power be removed from the game. However, this could change in the future. It's said that governments won't play a role in how powers take over and maintain control of systems. In other words, there's no need to have governments in control that do not match the superpower of your power to be favorable. Not sure I understand that, but maybe some of you do. Also, BGS, the background simulation, can have an impact on power play based on what the participants' activities are. Although BGS and power play are pretty much separate entities, but they could still influence each other. And if you wish to have an impact on power play at all, you need to pledge to a power. I guess that just makes sense. A power's influence will be noticeable at stations and locations. As seen in the video, that power's influence will be seen at stations and locations depending on what power is in control and to what extent. It is said that the efforts of commanders will be fully represented without diminishing return restrictions. I'm not sure if that's different or is that still the same. Smaller powers will have a fighting chance. As larger powers are spread across a larger number of systems, they need more resources and could be spread thin. A smaller power is more concentrated, requiring, I guess, fewer resources to maintain a modicum of strength. So while they're not guaranteed survival, they still have a chance. Powers will not be pushed out of their capitals when Powerplay 2.0 becomes live. Those will not change. Squadrons are now able to align to minor factions with a different superpower alignment to their aligned power, and vice versa. I don't fully understand what that means, but that might be important to some of you. Power systems will offer certain benefits and rewards for your helpful contributions. These include credit rewards, engineering mats, and module unlocks unique to Powerplay. I think we know what some of those are, and I don't have any of them As your loyalty rank increases, every power can now award its agents each of the unique Powerplay modules. So if my understanding is correct on this, it does not matter which power you pledge to, you will have access to the same unique modules, such as the prismatics, advanced plasma accelerators, and so on, as your loyalty rank increases. It is said that every power gives the same modules over time, but each one gives them in a different order. I think that's really nice that it doesn't matter which power you align yourself with, that you can still stay loyal to that power, but still get the same modules. Powers can also affect commodity pricing in systems they control. This seems like that could be strategized. Now, I believe this is going to be different. There will be regular updates regarding the current power state of systems in the UI. So we're going to know, maybe not down to the minute, but we'll know when things are changing. And if you are not a commander who even wants to engage in Powerplay activities, you don't have to. You will not directly be affected as much as anyone who participates in Powerplay. Okay, there was a question about how conflicts over locations and resources would be dealt with. FDev has the hope that all of these things will happen organically. I guess there are no plans to put anything in place regarding skirmishes over locations and resources. However, there will be conflict zones specific to Powerplay and unidentified signal sources that may be a new thing. I'm wondering if this has anything to do with those fleet carrier fleets. So one of the final two notes that I have are, there was a question about if there was a penalty should you decide to switch powers. And I suppose the only penalty that you would receive would be that you have to start over again with your loyalty rank. Okay, the final note is concerning Thargoid invasions. Any system that's invaded will be cleared of the human population. Once everything is over, that system's government and people will need to be convinced again afterward to allow a power to regain control. That was a lot. I feel like I know a little bit more about Powerplay 2.0. I'm interested in seeing what that's all about. It's coming out next month, October 22nd. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new power is all about, because that one seems a little mysterious. Now, I know some of us were talking about what if they were somehow aligned with the Thargoids, but I don't think that's going to happen. But boy, that's interesting. A new power, Nikado game. What do you think of the upcoming changes to Powerplay, and are you happy with what you know so far? Also, thoughts on the Mandalay. Will you be taking one of these on a long explore, or make a Thargoid hunting ship out of it? I know my answer is yes. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care out there, fly safe, and we'll see you next time. 07 Commanders.